Hi, welcome back to the channel. So in my previous video we took a look at online arbitrage. We looked at some of my top tips for doing this. Now some people do prefer to just do online arbitrage alone, some people do like to do retail arbitrage, others like to mix it up, they like to do a bit of both. Now for me in my own business, I'd say I'm probably about 80% online arbitrage, 20% retail arbitrage. So what I want to do today is just go through some of my RA tips with you as well. If you're new to the channel especially, I hope you do find these videos useful. I do try and cover a variety of different topics, but I'm always open to suggestions. So if there's anything specific you want to see, you want to ask, please do let me know. You can jump in our Facebook group, pop a comment below, just ask any questions you've got. So I've been selling on Amazon myself for a few years now. I've been sharing my journey, my experiences on this channel through all these videos and over on that Facebook group as well. Hopefully you will find something of value in these videos, something you can take away that will help you within your own business. So for now, here are my top tips for retail arbitrage. So firstly, I would say always be prepared. So whenever you do an RA, try and plan ahead. I always like to try and put aside a full day, knowing that I'm going to be out and about, out of the office, just give myself time. Now, if you're rushing around, you're not analysing those deals properly, you could end up with a lot of bad buys. Also, you don't want to be back and forth multiple times in a week, especially with the rising fuel costs. So try and be prepared, know where you're going, try and plan yourself a route that makes sense, try and save yourself as much time as possible. I also like to try and tie in any click and collect items as well. So if I am doing online arbitrage, I can order for store collection, I can go in, I can pick that up, I can save on shipping, and I can get that stock much faster. Now next, you also need to be making sure you're checking those clearance sections. So whether you do an online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, always make sure you're checking those sales, those clearance sections. Now a lot of stores will actually have a separate section at the end of each aisle, so this just makes it very quick, very easy, scan through, see what you can find. Now this could be end of season items, it could just be items that are heavily reduced to make way for new stock, but you can get some really good deals here that offer you a great return, a really good profit margin. Now some of the best deals you can find really hidden away, so make sure you're scanning those shelves, looking for anything you can. So anything that's heavily reduced is going to bring you an amazing profit. Also try and get in the habit of scanning items that you wouldn't normally, as sometimes you can be surprised at just what you can find, and this is where I found some of my best replenishable items. Just because something isn't in the clearance section does not mean it will not be a great deal. So that then leads us on to end of season stock. You can pick up some absolutely amazing deals as the season comes to an end. So during summer you've got things like garden toys, barbecues, paddling pools, and then Christmas you've got things like Christmas trees, decorations, gift packs. This is such a good opportunity to get yourself some really heavily reduced items. Do make sure though that you're only making these purchases if firstly you've got cash flow available and you can afford to sit on that stock until that season comes around again, and make sure you've got the storage space to hold it all. You don't want to be sending that stock into Amazon now because you'll end up with long-term storage fees. So that stock is no good sat on Amazon shelves costing you money. If you cannot afford to wait, sit on that stock, do not make the purchase. All you'll be doing is tying up that cash flow, causing yourself potential issues later down the line. Also make sure you check those historical data charts so you can be sure of exactly how those items are selling within that particular season. So these charts are just going to show you things like the BSR over certain periods of time. We can see how the buy box was sitting, and we can see how quickly those sales were happening with that sales heat map as well. These charts hold so much information, so you should make sure you're using them to your advantage whenever you're sourcing, analysing any of your deals. So for when you are doing that sourcing, I would recommend you sign up to software called BuyBotGo. This is a deal analysing software. It will help you reduce the risk of those bad buys. As we mentioned in my previous video, this just provides you with so much in-depth information that you get a really good feel for an item, you have all that data available so you can make a really good, informed decision, be sure that that item is selling and be sure that it's profitable. You'll be warned of any potential issues, so things like if the item's hazmat, if there's any known IP complaints, if it's considered an oversized item, and then you'll have all that sales data, all the competition data as well. So with that subscription you get access to their free mobile app as well, which is called BuyBotGo, and this is available on both iOS and Android, and it's just for use when you're out and about, you're doing that retail arbitrage. Now again, I have done a complete walkthrough on this as well as a few videos where I'm actually out and about using it within my own business. Definitely just take a look at these, see how easy it is to use. It will make that RA so much faster, and with just a few clicks you have got all that data available. When you're making those purchases, make sure you sign up to, you use any store loyalty schemes that you can. Now more stores are introducing these and it's just a way of them giving back. These could give you an instant reduction on the price of the goods, or you could just earn points that can be converted to a voucher at a later date. They are all worth having, especially for those stores that you are using on a very regular basis. They'll add up in no time at all. They can potentially save you a lot of money in the future, pushing those overall profit margins up. Now what I like to do with mine is just add them all to an app that I've got. It's a free app, it's called Stowcard, and what it does is just store them all in one place on my phone. It means I don't have to carry around a ridiculous amount of cards, and it means I never forget them as well. Then my final tip for RA would be to try and build relationships with store managers. If you are going to the same stores on a regular basis, it's always worth trying to build relationships with those store managers wherever you possibly can. This could take some time, but it could be really helpful if there's a specific product you're after. So I've got a few stores now where I can go in, I can place my order with the store manager, and I don't pay anything until they call me and tell me that the order is ready to collect. This definitely saves some time, not having to go back and forth into town multiple times in a week, and I know exactly what stock to expect and on what day. Now you do need to be careful when you first approach those managers, as some are against resellers and this could backfire on you, so it might be worth just asking a few questions at checkout first. So find out if there are any limits on the amount of stock you can actually purchase and then just go from there. Now this has always worked out great for me, but just be careful just in case. So I hope that's helped. Just give you a few tips for when you're out and about doing that retail arbitrage. So just be prepared, make sure you scan those clearance items, but be sure you're scanning everyday items as well. Get signed up to BuyBotGo, use those store loyalty schemes and try and build relationships with store managers wherever you possibly can. Now if you have any questions at all, please do let me know. Jump over in our Facebook group, you can chat with me there, you can pop a comment below, I will get back to you as soon as I can. Now that is it for today, but as always, thank you very much for watching, good luck with that sourcing, and I will see you in the next video.